Okay, kids, guess what time it is? It's time for America to get even dumber when we didn't think it could happen. Now, as if it wasn't bad enough that there was a 10-year-old, what they're calling a drag queen, performing at strip clubs in this country, much to the approval of its parents, much to the approval of, the liberal society that we have going on. Now, it surfaces that this child has posed with an adult male drag queen in the nude. And the adult was in the nude. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, for legality purposes, they couldn't post naked pictures of the kid with the naked adult drag queen. But is anybody going to sit there and try to convince at least those of us who still use the gray matter in between the ears that that kid didn't get naked too in some of those, and that the poses and whatnot weren't, provocative in nature? It's child pornography. It is child pornography. It's perpetuated upon the American. It's thrown in our face, and we are supposed to accept it because the liberals said that we're supposed to be inclusive of everybody. So, I did a video a while back called "Training Belongs Under the Hood," and I'm gonna stick to that. Thought process. Transgendered cross-dressers, men that want to dress up like women, and it ain't Halloween, and it's not, not a joke where they're going as like a hooker or something. Women who want to dress up like men and act like men are not normal at all. There's something wrong up here. Or there's something wrong in the way they were brought up. There is not a 10-year-old on this planet, let alone in this country, who wakes up one day and says, I think I want to dress like a woman. That sounds like a good idea. As a matter of fact, not only do I want to dress like a woman, I want to take my little pea shooter down to the local strip club and walk down the stage like it's some fucking fashion show. Not a 10-year-old on this planet. I don't know about nobody else. When I was 10 years old, I was concerned primarily with playing football, playing spotlight with my friends. That's basically flashlight tag. I was concerned with going out riding bikes, building forts. In the wintertime, having snowball fights. Going out in the woods and just playing army or cops, robbers, whatever with my friends. And we had toy guns, and none of us shot up a school. We played laser tag. We raced on our bikes. We fell off our bikes. We injured ourselves. We got hurt. And then we dusted ourselves off. We took the appropriate recovery time. We went out and did it all over again because it was fun. At no point in time in my life, or any of my friends' lives, or anybody I ever associated with, even my friends who when they grew up turned out to be gay, none of them at 10 years old thought it'd be a good idea to go to the little girls section at J.C. Penney or Leggett, which is a store we have here in Winchester, Virginia. At no point did we go into the little girls section there and start picking out outfits and think it'd be a good idea to put that stuff on and go down to a local strip club and try to parade around. And here's another question. What in the fuck was the strip club thinking, even letting that kid cross the threshold? You're 10 years old. You got 18-year-olds out there can't get into a strip club, and it's legal for them to look at titties. Soldiers. Most military installations, at least the ones that I've been to, have gentlemen's clubs around them. And it's a very lucrative business because you know what? After a long 30-day field exercise of stinking and putting on your fucking camo and sneaking around and playing adult laser tag, which is training you for combat to eventually one day possibly have to take a human life, which sucks, but that was the job. When you get out of the field, having eaten nothing but MREs and shitty hot chow for a month, and then you come back and you got to clean your vehicles, you got to clean your weapon, you got to clean all your stuff, you got to go through these inspections. You need an outlet, and our outlet was typically going to the bar. And if you were single, you went to the strip club. If you didn't pick up a chick at the bar previous, That's the thing. At 10 years old, nobody's thinking about that. But these soldiers that are 18 have to wear these shirts with giant X's on them that prove they're minors. They let a 10-year-old cross the threshold into a strip club to perform. To perform. And the parents are okay with this. And whatever municipality that this place existed in was okay with this. The proprietor of said strip club was okay with this. The dancers, who probably have 5 different kids from 4 different baby daddies each, might have 10-year-olds. Oh, that's so cute. I hope my son is as brave as you. Brave for doing what? Fuck out of here with that shit. Ain't nothing brave about it. It's idiotic. It's moronic. It's irresponsible. It's illegal. And now we're supposed to swallow the fact that this kid is going to pose with a grown-ass naked man. And it's supposed to be okay. Why? Because they share some kind of bond or it-hood with one another. I would say brotherhood, but they both dress like women. This damn sure isn't an idea or a value or a belief that came from the conservative side of life. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Somebody commented on one of my videos the other day, something about here comes a retard or something like that. And I was wondering if they were talking about me being a retard. I'll tell you something, to the dickless piece of shit that is calling me a retard for thinking this way, tell me on what planet you think it's okay for a 10-year-old child to go into a strip club to perform. I don't care if that 10-year-old child's dressed like a girl and just walking down the stage. It's illegal. And then to do a photo shoot with a fucking grown-ass man who's naked, Johnson just out there swinging, and then you're going to try to convince us that there's not a single picture that exists in anywhere in the photographer's stuff that where that little kid ain't naked. We don't hear anything about the FBI maybe investigating the photographer, the family, the person that posed nude with them. I mean, God almighty, you got parents out there who get charged with, sex crimes and have to register on the sex offender registry simply because during, they got out of the shower in their bedroom while their kids were having a sleepover, and one of the visiting kids during the sleepover went into the bedroom of the adult, and the adult hadn't put on any clothes yet and immediately tried to cover up, and the kid was scarred for life. And that's illegal. But this somehow is okay. Fucking stupid. And it starts in the home. It starts with the upbringing. And it transcends and goes across all facets of parenting and upbringing. Another video surfaced on Facebook from a dude from Asheville. I don't know what state. I know there's several places where there are towns called Asheville, where it was a white family, dad, mom, and daughter, and it looked like they were walking out of a mall, and a group of kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, standing around harassing the family. And the story goes that they were trying to harass the girl, basically bully the girl. And one of the kids, who was under 12, so I'm assuming 10 or 11, but, is a big kid. If you watch the video, you'll see that they don't look 10 or 11, goes up and gets in the father's face. And the father is trying to protect his daughter, pushes the kid away. And then the kid decides to buck up and charge at the father, and he knocks her the fuck out. And immediately, like cockroaches under the light, the little bastard scattered everywhere. He's being charged with assault on a female, 2 counts, and assault on a female under the age of 12, 1 count. The fact that these kids' parents didn't see any wrong with what they were doing, the law didn't see anything wrong with what they were doing, perpetuating a mob bullying mentality amongst those young people. And the father was simply trying to protect his family when there was what looked to be 12 to 15 of them. And I'm sorry, but 12 to 15 people on one, if they all attack at once, or 12 to 15 on 3 people, when one of them was a child all at once, I don't see really any fault with what the dude did. In fact, I hope he hurt something more than just her pride. The fact of wording assault on a female, that bothers me, because aren't we living in a world of equality where women are equal to men? Do women have the same thing, assault on a male? I can see them saying, okay, assault on a child. But then 2 additional counts of assault on a female to top the whole thing off. It just goes to prove that the liberals have forced us to swallow some garbage rhetoric about we need to be equal, all of us, across the board, men, women, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, LBGB, 2B, NCIS, CIA, alphabet, soup, queer. We're supposed to be equal, but then when it comes to the actual application of our laws, there's no equality. That kid bucked up like an adult. They're charging a 10-year-old somewhere in this country with murder as an adult for stomping a 6-month-old baby's brains in. But that kid under the age of 12 wasn't acting like an adult when they charged a grown-ass man. This is the disparity in our society's laws and the idiocy of the left saying, well, women can do anything a man can do, except fight. I mean, Kareem Hunt proved that one. So did Ray Rice. And I'm sorry, I broke down those videos. Janae Rice had it coming. I'll say it. Because while I don't condone abusing women, children, I don't condone violence of any sort, but unfortunately it's a necessary evil. And if you're going to spit in my face and rear back to try to punch me, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. Man, woman, or otherwise. Some of y'all may see this right here. Got into a little scuffle the other night with somebody. You don't see me plastering video all over Facebook. Oh my God, they hit me. Well, I hit them too, quite a few times. It's ridiculous. Kids nowadays, the little mob bullying mentality, that kind of allowance of that behavior translates into later in life, kids thinking they can just do anything, get away with anything, when in fact kids don't have any rights whatsoever except a safe home, food, shelter, clothes, and an education. They don't have a right to freedom of speech. They don't have a right to vote. They don't have right to unlawful searches and seizures because they are the wards of their parents. Their parents are responsible for them. That kind of behavior with that mob bullying mentality is no different than the behavior of the 10-year-old drag thing. It's all in, these kids push these boundaries and then they sue in court, and court allows them to do it because, well, after all, we've got to let them express themselves. So we let this one kid express itself by dressing like a girl, going to a strip club and taking pictures with a grown-ass nude man. We let this other idiot express itself by, running up on a grown-ass man, and what, he's not supposed to be able to defend himself whatsoever? In the video, you can't tell if that kid had a weapon. Little kid comes at me with a knife, I'm knocking him the fuck out too. It's real simple. Not that I believe in, too many people. I don't think any of my videos have ever been shared on any social media platform, and that's just fine with me. I'm not doing any of this kind of shit to get rich. But seriously, for the few people that do watch it, maybe consider, sharing this with your liberal friends so that they can see just how really stupid they are. It's not just coming from you. It's coming, oh, well, he's an asshole. He doesn't know what he's talking about. No, I do. Trust me, because wrong is wrong. I don't care what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says about, facts and all this other kind of stuff. This is wrong, both factually and morally. To finish up, gender is not a choice. It's not. That 10-year-old kid is having this shit pushed upon them by a liberal media and society and parenting, because that 10-year-old kid didn't go one day from cutting lawns to buying dresses to go to a strip club. The parents bought the outfits. The parents encouraged the behavior. Gender's not a choice, people. You're either born with outdoor plumbing or you're born with indoor plumbing. If you're born with indoor plumbing, newsflash, you're a woman. Born with outdoor plumbing, newsflash, you're a guy. To say that gender is a choice is just as idiotic as there's a middle school in this country putting tampon dispensers in boys' bathrooms in case they decide to have a period. Let that one sink in for a minute. Better hope none of these motherfucking people decide to carry their ass around any of my kids ever. Because I have several 37-cent solutions to that, and I buy in bulk.